My client, Christian Jurs, is an instructional designer at the University of Alabama. Her goal is to retrofit all courses at the university to be in compliance with Section 508 of the Americans with Disabilities Act. In preparation to work on this project, I completed the Authoring Accessible Documents training through OAST and then had weekly meetings with Ms. Jurs and worked on a shared Google Drive folder of University of Alabama courses. Section 508 is important because it requires all U.S. federal government agencies to develop, procure, or maintain information and communications technology that is accessible to persons with disabilities. This includes public universities, and that also means that every PowerPoint, Word document, table, Excel spreadsheet in a course should be accessible to people with disabilities. In most cases, universities only complete this process after a person with a disability has filed a lawsuit forcing compliance. Alabama is striving to become the gold standard where accessibility is concerned by using this internship manpower to complete the process before a lawsuit is incurred. Each intern has a shared work folder and works remotely to correct accessibility issues. Some of the lessons I learned from working with a corporate partner seem to be very common sense, but are extremely important. Clear expectations help set work habits and create a path for success. Training provides clear understanding of the material and allows the employee to add additional skills to their resume. And goal setting with a working timeline allows employees a sense of accomplishment while also helping keep the project on track for the company or organization. Each of those lessons apply to my internship specifically. The project charter helps set clear expectations at the beginning of the project, and the shared Google folder gave me an idea of how much work I was expected to complete. The OAST training gave me a strong background to begin with, but I did depend on Mrs. Jers for explanations. This could have been avoided with better job aids, which I created for future interns. The goal setting was probably the biggest deficit in my internship. With no ultimate goal or end in sight and no milestones to achieve, motivation was a challenge. While the goal of the internship was to evaluate existing courses and whether or not they were compliant with Section 508 and creating accessibility, I was also afforded a bird's eye view into college courses, and I was able to use my instructional design skills to identify some common issues found in these courses. In most courses, the PowerPoints were so loaded with information that it sets the student up for cognitive overload, which would lead to a lack of motivation. There were also a lack of graphic organizers, and there were no sharing of learning objectives among any of the slideshows, which does not allow the student a chance to attach that information to existing schema or even create a hierarchy in their memory. There were also several instances where I applied my instructional design knowledge and skills. I recognized the importance of job aids and created several for future interns to be able to use. I saw the diamond model in action and how it applies to higher education redesign, and the importance of allocating the appropriate amount of time and resources when a course is redesigned. I also saw the importance of a savvy start in the SAM model and how it helps to have an agile development process where you can roll out a savvy start, watch it work or fail, and go back and create a better model. And then I saw the value of teaching practices like teach back, exit tickets, and open ended questions that allow students the opportunity to attach that new information they are learning to existing schema and create it in their long term memory. But very importantly was the new skill that I learned in this internship, which is the importance of creating courses and technology that is accessible to all learners. A lot of the research I have done in this program talks about the changing face of higher education. It's going to become increasingly important to make accessible technology, whether a student is vision or hearing impaired, or they have a condition like cerebral palsy where they have motor skill issues, but also we have multicultural students and students that are older than average, and all of those students may use certain accessibility options. I mean, a screen reader not only helps a person that is blind, but also helps an older person that may need readers or might need a stronger contrast in order to see certain graphic designs. Universal design for learning should encompass not only accommodations for different learning styles, but also different learning accessibilities. The challenges of this program were the lack of milestones and goals, the inability to upload to Blackboard, so I didn't really see the final product of my work, and the inability to discuss issues with coworkers, which is a problem with remote working. Successes I found were that I was self motivated, I was good at being organized, I had the ability to acquire a new skill, and I did enjoy being actively involved in the design of higher education courses.